Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to talk about a pretty wild idea from a book called Jnana Patari. What if I told you the real secret to a peaceful mind isn't about doing more meditation or more mindfulness, but about doing absolutely nothing at all? It's called the liberation paradox, and honestly, it might just flip everything you think you know about your own mind completely upside down.
I mean, let's be honest. Who isn't trying to get a calmer mind? That search for just a little bit of inner peace, a bit of quiet, it's pretty much a universal thing, right? We can all relate to that feeling of wanting to just quiet things down in our heads.
And so, what do? Well, we pull out the usual tools. We meditate, we get into mindfulness, we read all the self-help books, we do yoga, we get into all kinds of spiritual disciplines. We basically put ourselves on this kind of spiritual treadmill, just constantly working, constantly striving, hoping to get somewhere.
And the big assumption that's baked into all of that activity is that the effort, the struggle itself, is the solution. We're sort of taught to believe that if we just try hard enough, if we're disciplined enough, we'll finally earn that calm state we're searching for.
But this is where Jnana Patari just throws a wrench in the whole thing. It argues that the real path isn't about finding a better path. It's about realizing that all those paths that rely on internal effort, they're actually the problem. The book puts it bluntly. The path we show is to tell you that all paths are wrong and to abandon them. Yeah, it's saying the effort itself is the trap.
And that brings us to the core concept here, the liberation paradox. The idea is that the very act of trying to fix your mind, to control it, or to achieve some special mental state, well, that's the very thing that keeps you stuck. The effort is the problem.
So let's look at this side by side. The common path, it's all about effort, discipline, and achieving a state. But the Jnana path, it's totally different. It's about a shift in understanding. It's about effortlessness and just allowing your mind's natural state to be what it is.
Now, this core understanding is called jnana, which means wisdom. But listen, it's not some mystical, floaty feeling you have to earn after years of sitting on a cushion. The book describes it as a simple, almost intellectual click, a sudden realization that when it comes to your own inner world, there's actually nothing you need to do.
And this is the paradox in its purest form. The point isn't to give you another how-to guide for your mind. It's to help you see that the destination you're trying so hard to reach, well, it doesn't even need to be reached. Like the book says, we're not showing a path to achieve anything. We only show that there is nothing to achieve.
Okay, so if effort is the problem, then how does any of this actually work? The book gives us this really powerful metaphor to explain how the mind functions. The idea that it can either be frozen, like a block of ice, or flowing freely, like a river.
First up, you've got the frozen mind. This is the state we accidentally create with all that effort we've been talking about, what the book calls tuning. Our mind becomes rigid, held in a fixed position, because we're constantly trying to force it to be something specific, like perfectly calm or totally positive. It's like holding ice in your hand, trying to keep it from changing.
The opposite of that is the flowing mind, or pravaham. And this is the mind in its natural, free state. It's like water. It's fluid, it's adaptable, it's not trying to hold any particular shape. It just flows effortlessly.
Let's just break this down, because it's a huge point. The frozen mind, it's rigid and it's maintained by force. The flowing mind, it's fluid and natural. It just adapts without any work. One is brittle and fixed, like ice. The other is free and unconstrained, like water. And here's the kicker. All that spiritual effort we talked about, that's the energy that freezes the water.
So how do you melt the ice? You just let go of the controls. The author has this perfect metaphor for it. He says it's like you've been white-knuckling the steering wheel of a car your whole life, and you suddenly realize you can just move to the back seat. The car knows how to drive itself.
Okay, this all sounds really cool, but let's get real. What does this actually mean for your day-to-day life? How do you apply this? How do you, actually live in this flow?
Well, think about it like manual tuning versus auto-tuning. Manual tuning is that constant, exhausting effort to fix your thoughts, to calm your feelings, to control your mind. That's the struggle. But auto-tuning? That's what happens when you just stop. You allow your mind to regulate itself, naturally, without you interfering. It finds its own balance.
Now this is maybe the most crucial point of all. This is not about being passive or just giving up on life. Not at all. It's about making a very clear distinction. Internally, you stop the war. You let go of the steering wheel and allow your thoughts and feelings to just flow. But externally, in the world, you go for it. You engage 100%. You apply effort, you make plans, you build things, you live your life to the fullest.
The whole idea is captured perfectly in this one amazing line. Be a Buddha inside and a warrior outside. See, it's not about checking out. It's about having this deep inner peace be the stable foundation for powerful, effective action in the world. So the real challenge here, the invitation really, is to stop treating your own mind like some broken project that constantly needs fixing. And that leaves us with a really powerful question to sit with. What would actually change for you right now if you just stop trying?